How are you doing, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, across the entire universe? Okay, is that true? Yeah, it is true. Across the entire continent, I see people from all over the place tuning into the Live Signatures Radio. It's a daily show on the subjects of purpose, productivity, and resilience. So from whatever place it is you're tuned on to this show, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. We are in the middle of a series. We're talking about a reputation. We've been looking at several aspects of reputation, and right now what we're dealing with is what do we stand to lose when we have a bad reputation. See, we want to talk about that before we can go into the tangent of talking about how to remake, it's a thing actually, how to remake a bad reputation, how to reconstruct a reputation that has gone bad. But what do you stand to lose when the reputation goes bad? That's what we're discussing. We've been doing that in the past 3 or so episodes, so let us continue doing that today.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
A recap will do us good here. The first thing that you lose when you have a bad reputation, when you come to a place where your reputation is spoiled, it goes south one way or another, what do you lose? You lose trust. And we know trust is a big currency in this world. You cannot do business, you cannot do life without having trust. The second thing that you lose is access. Access means that people no longer are going to open doors for you. People are not going to want to be associated with you in high places. Actually, you will not be welcome. You will not be welcome in a high place when your reputation is soiled, when your reputation is bad. People are very careful about that. They're very extremely careful. The only person, and I thank God, the only person that welcomes all of us, whenever we mess up our reputations, whenever our reputation is soiled, the only person that welcomes us with open arms, it is God. Cleanses us, washes us clean, and sends us out as if we never did anything wrong. I mean, if there was no God, I'm telling you. Okay. The third thing that you stand to lose when you have a bad reputation is revenue. We talked about this, that at the end of the day, when you put access and you put trust together, there is these things that normally create revenue, directly or indirectly. Directly, when you're a brand ambassador, you cannot continue being a brand ambassador for someone if you are going against their values by having a bad reputation. Just goes without saying, you lose revenue. We stand to lose revenue, all of us. Even if we're not brand ambassadors, indirectly at the end of the day, we end up losing revenue when we have a bad reputation, when it's felt in people's hearts that we are not fit enough, we're not good enough, we're not portraying that which needs to be portrayed. We end up having lost revenue. Number 4, today let us talk about this. You end up losing relationships when you have a bad reputation. Like I've said earlier on, the only person who has the capacity and the wherewithal and has already paid the price for our bad reputation is God. When we want to go to God, we cannot lose that reputation. The only person who can say, I do not want anything to do with God, is yourself. And there's probably nothing God can do about it. But it doesn't matter what reputation you've lost. You cannot lose a relationship with God. But with man, it is a daily thing. In fact, even your mama I mean, okay, next to God is your parents, and especially your mom. I'm told this is a case that was going on in Kenya where a big time journalist on a big time media company was co-accused with a guy that they murdered someone. And when they were on parole, or is it parole? No, it's not parole. When they were on probation, so to speak, this guy was appearing just about on every media station talking about his side of the story and so on and so forth. And then he was found guilty. When he was found guilty, that was the end of the road. I mean, his relationships just ended. But the only person who was available when he was being sentenced to death row, the only person who was available was his mama. So what are we saying? We're saying that this is the most critical, this is the most direct disadvantage of a bad reputation. We exist. We do life in relationships. I mean, different kinds of relationships. I mean, from the moment we wake up, we've got to relate. However, every time there is a problem, every time there is a broken relationship, whether marital, family, work, even celebrity, it will be because of a spoiled reputation. For the most part, okay? When we spoil our reputation, we end up losing a relationship. And technically, all these relationship breakages are as a result of someone soiling their reputation in that relationship one way or another. It can be a big-time soiling, a small-time soiling, it can be refusing to mend things and so on. But at the end of the day, the reputation of someone is spoiled. And when the reputation of someone is spoiled, a relationship is lost. That just goes without saying. So relationships are very important in life. They are very absolutely critical. I'm not saying that you should maintain all relationships that you do have. If you ever formed. I'm not saying that that's the thing. No, I'm just saying it's not even practical to do that. I'm saying that you should not wreck the relationship that you could have fostered and stay for a long time by just ruining your reputation for the sake of ruining your reputation. Because you see, when you stand at the end of the day, you take a piece of paper and look at all the achievements you've made in this life and those ones that you even desire to make in this life. You will not rule out relationships. In fact, everything you've ever ascended to, everything you've ever acquired, everything you've ever mastered, everything that you've ever, every level you've ever achieved, it can be directly, for the most part, or indirectly connected to relationships. Which means that we need these relationships to pursue life. We need these relationships to make ends meet. You know why we need relationships? We need relationships because we are not complete in and of ourselves. We cannot do life. No mind is an island. We need each other. Even if I am not sinning, let me just use that analogy. If I am the purest of the pure in this world and I am not sinning, I still need my brother to do other things, because I'm not self-contained. There is no human being who is self-contained, where you have everything you need in and of yourself. That's where relationships come in. But these relationships are not automatic. These relationships are connected to the reputations that we have and that we maintain. Because at the end of the day, when we are getting into a relationship, there is something called the benefit of the doubt that we give to people that we are relating to. And they also, by the way, it's a mutual thing. They give us the benefit of the doubt. And so when I give you benefit of the doubt, you also give me the benefit of the doubt, and we do life. You're supposed to maintain your reputation. It is your reputation that is going to keep this relationship working. By the time this relationship comes to an end, it is because your reputation. What is our reputation? Well, the experience that I've had with you that makes me feel something. That's it. That's a reputation. And it's a promise. It's like I perceive that I'm going to continue receiving the same kind of experience when I'm having a relationship with you. That's a reputation. So if you mess up that reputation one way or another, this relationship goes south, it ends. You stand to lose very many crucial relationships that could have ushered you into new environments, could have enabled you to plug and clog up whatever you're missing in this life. You see, they could be able to open up the doors for you to another realm, another level, like I've said earlier on. But if you mess up this reputation, if you mess up this relationship, then those benefits are not going to be there at the end of the day. That's what we're saying. So nearly every success you will ever mention will be because of a reputation. Every achievement, that's the word I'm looking for all along. Every achievement you can ever draw in this life, every achievement you can ever see and be proud of, you will not have achieved that achievement. You will not have achieved that feat without having a relationship with someone else. So that's the fourth thing you stand to lose when you're having a bad reputation. Tomorrow we're going to bring this to a close on what are the things you stand to lose when you have a bad reputation. Until then, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.